What's up guys, welcome, Drug Free Dave here. I just wanted to show you a little bit about how I set up my talking head videos, and these are for classes, tutorials, things like that, where I have my camera set up here and I'm just ahead talking. My lighting setup isn't the best. Of course, you can always go bigger and you can always go better. I really like to just make do with what I have until I absolutely need to upgrade and get something new. I don't really have that much space. I can't wait to get a house and a legit studio. That'd be kind of cool. And then I can start 3D printing as well. So let me turn my little camera, which I have my iPhone here, or that I'm using as a monitor, because I'm just like holding it and putting it on my lap when I shoot. This is much better. All right, so let me turn this around. So this was the setup that I was just using. This is just where I was sitting. My bed is a mess above, so I'll try not to show that. My room is actually kind of a mess too. This is one of my newer lights. I got two of them, so I got one here, and I just have wrapped around a piece of muslin to sort of act as a diffuser. I'll get a better view of the lights and stuff. So here's my camera that I'm using. I have a Rode NTG mic on my camera, and I'm using the Sony a7 IV, my newest camera that is amazing. This is the other newer light, but you can see that I bought a piece that goes on as a diffuser because the lights were pretty hard. And this is the space. This is all it is. And this little light I bought, it's kind of bright, but this little light I bought has a little diffuser on it, so I'm just using that to kind of bounce that blue on my face. And then I have my monitors back here, and then I have another little light. I think this is called a GS1, and I have this just up against the wall. I used to take videos and everything was really dark, but I think it's just better if it's lit a bit better. My MacBook Pro that I use for everything. This is the 14-inch. I think it's 2021 as well. And then here's my BenQ monitor that I do all my editing and stuff on. It's quite big. I think it's a 32-inch, but it's great. I spend so much time editing, and it's so much better to not have my neck craning down like this all the time. I can just kind of sit normally and edit. So I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna go over this stuff as well, my setup here, but I'm gonna go back to these cameras so you can kind of see what I see, but other than my messy room. So again, here's the a7 IV, which has been really wonderful. The mic has been really good as well. Obviously the a7 IV has the camera that flips back so I can see myself, which is great. I just have a really old, crappy tripod, but it works, and it has the little thing, so I can just unlock it. I can just unlock it from the tripod easily. And you can see I have a cord going back there to behind the TV. That's the dummy battery, so I don't have to worry about battery when I'm shooting. This is the other light. It's way too bright. So this is the other newer light. So this is the same as this, except for this one I'm just using a piece of muslin that I got from set to like over it. Obviously you shouldn't do that. It's a safety hazard, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. So this piece just has like magnets, and you kind of open it up, and then you kind of like lace it around. Oh, I might fall over. You kind of like lace it around the back, and it's great. And all these plug in. Let's see if I can get a wide view. So this is a wide view of everything. Again, I'm really embarrassed about my room. I actually didn't mean to make this video, it just kind of happened. So here's a wide view of everything. Here's the camera. Oh, and I have a Tamron lens, 17-28. So it's because I have a very small amount of space, but I still want some of that blur in the background. Yeah, there we go. That's a better view. And then over here, I was using this arm, but it wound up shaking too much. So when I shake the desk, so when I go like this, that just shakes too much. So I wound up getting this little arm to go off of, to be on here. That's one good thing about having a loft bed. I have all these like bars that I can hook things onto. So I use that. I use an iPhone 13 Pro. So I use the iPhone 13 Pro to record, and I have my camera set up, and I have my iPad down here Let's go to something pretty. So yeah, I have my iPhone 13 Pro here, and here's how I record. Shout out to Sketchboard Pro. And I would probably get one of these whenever I have a new iPad. It's part of my system now, and it's really good. It just makes it a lot easier. And it's worth it for me because I always have this set up here. Even if I take it, you know, I always have this set up here so I can easily plug in, and it has the black around it. I really like it. I really enjoy it. So again, I use the iPad Pro 2021, doing my work on. I plug it in there so it always has power. And I actually don't use these wires to send any of the video to the computer. The only time I use this is when I live stream. So this is the HDMI, this is the dangle, the AV dongle, the audiovisual dongle, and this is just for power. So basically the HDMI goes to my capture card, which goes into the computer, so then I can stream, and it has a pretty good resolution using a capture card, which is what you want to use if you want to stream from your phone or whatever video to the computer. But when I want to do videos, so I'll record. So this is me recording myself here, and this is 4K, of course. I'm going to look terrible from this angle, but that's okay. And then I just go up here, I hit stop, then I go to the video, I hit this, and AirDrop is probably one of the reasons that I won't go back to anything other than, like, I'll just continue to use Apple. So I hit send there, pops up here. I think it's already done. So now I have my video here. So it just makes it so easy. The phone is great. I record for an hour and a half. I do live streams I've done a live stream, I think 4 hours, if not more, 4 or 5 hours. So I've done live streams. So the phone is really great. It can handle it. And the video, I think, is really high quality. For my audio stuff, when I'm recording videos from the phone, I just use the phone microphone. It's really great. For live streams, I use the Rode NT USB, I think it's called. I got this a few years ago. It works really great. I keep it here, and everyone says they can hear me just fine. So that's my computer set up. Pretty much, you can see I have a lot of wires and dongles. I have one here too. I actually have 2 capture cards because I used to do live streams and then have a camera also, I have a little thing here so I can put the phone right in here so it can face me. And then it would kind of look like this when I'm doing a live stream, and I would just draw and look up. But I used to use one of my DSLRs, so I have another capture card that was going into computer as well. But it's kind of hard to have a whole big DSLR here. Imagine this. This is way too heavy to have there, so I don't use it. And just in case anyone's wondering, my cute little frogs here, this is AI. I have so much fun with AI. And yeah, it's really great. Actually, maybe we'll do an AI shot right now. Let's do it. So let's turn this around, and I'm gonna take a screenshot from here, and then we're gonna do an AI thing. All right, so let's take the selfie. Okay, so now let's see what it looks like on the computer. Okay, so let's try. So let's put that in, and we'll put that in, and let's see what we get. And it always does. It's so weird. It always does one, like, they never really look like me. They kind of look like me a little bit, but not really. I hope that I don't look like that. So weird. Very odd stuff. Oh, let's see the new one. Here comes the new one. They never look like me. All right, let me stop recording. So yes, that's my setup, and it works pretty well so far. You know, it takes a lot, but it's worth it, you know, and this is an investment. And I've been working on building all of these things up over the past few years, and the money I get from my Skillshare classes and things like that, I sort of just put into my production quality, because, you know, I want to be taken seriously as a content creator. Neighbors are so loud. So I think that's it. Oh, the last thing is I have this makeup, this powder that I put on my face too, because I have really oily skin. I hope that you can hear that. So I wanted to grab it real quick. This is the makeup that I use for my face. Otherwise, it's kind of bright. Just one of these little things. One of these little powdery things. And it works well, and I just kind of dab it on. But I do it in the mirror so I can make sure that I don't leave any powder on my face. And yeah, that's about it. These two lights, this one and this one, those are both USB-C rechargeable, so I just bring the cord and recharge them. And these lights are plug-in. And yeah, I think that's pretty much my setup. If there's any questions or if there's anything that you want to know a little bit more in depth, just let me know. I'm happy to help if I can. And with that, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate you guys checking out my videos and my content. And there's just so much behind the scenes that goes into content creation and goes into all this stuff, rather than just like pointing down and shooting, which is what I do most of the time in most of the tutorials. But I like this part of it too, because I like the filming and I like, you know, presenting a little bit, kind of using stuff that I learned when I was an actor. Yo, good for you, dog. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and be sure to check out my Skillshare classes for more tutorials, 2D and 3D, and other stuff too, children's book illustration, things like that. Keep drawing, keep sculpting. I'll see you all in the next video. So loud. I cannot wait to have a house.